Hi guys, welcome back to a new tutorial in ReactJS, and I hope you are doing well. So in this video, I'll show you how to build a currency converter using this free API. With this API, you can convert any currency from one to another. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so now let's just take a quick look at the website here. So here, this is the currencyconverterapi.com. And you can see that this is the simplest API for currency converter. This is easy to use, that include API, which we will look into, and simple integration, dedicated server, and this is just a sample. And there are more information here. So now let's just head over to the free versions. Okay, so here this is it. And now you can see that when we want to get the free API key, just click on the button and enter the email. I'll do that after showing you what this is all about with this free API. Okay, so here you can see that with the free Forex API rates limit, you can see that with the current pair per request, which is 2, and the number of the requests per hour, which is 100, and the rate range in history, which is 8 days, and also back in history, you can just go back with 1 year ago. Okay, so it's quite good for us to start with, which is this one right here, the number of requests per hour. That's quite a lot for us. Okay, so here you can see this is this currency converter API started in the year of 2014, and now it's 2020, which is 6 years. And you can see that the apps it was seen. Also with this currency, the free one, it's updated every 60 minutes. That's it about this free version. So now let's just take a quick look at the pricings. We are not into this. I just quickly show you what it is. So here you can see that it started at $3 with this information, and this is the premium and dedicated. So you can have a look here. Okay, now let's just head over to the back at free version. So now we will need to get the free API key, and right here just enter the email address. Alright, so here I have entered the email and click on the get API key. Okay, so now the email has been sent. Now let me just quickly check my email. Okay, so here it is. First, we need to verify the email by clicking on this link right here. So this has been verified, and here this is the free API key, and this is the example of this usage with this endpoint right here. You can see that the API already replaced right here. So I just need to click on this link to see the response. Alright, so here you can see that we get the response from this, and so this currency convert from US to Philippine peso. This is Philippine currency, PHP. Okay, so now let me just quickly change this from USD to AUD, which is Australian dollars. Alright, so here you can see that this is $1 USD equal to 1.39 AUD or Australian dollars. Okay, so this is just an example of using this endpoint, this URL. Now let's just try to use this within our React application. And also here, the application is quite simple as always, just saying hi all. And let me just quickly show you what is it in the code. Okay, so right here we have the React, use effects and stuff. And this is just the just the text, the simple text here. I also give this the name, currency converter here as well. And now let's just start looking into how to code this. Alright, so now let's just quickly copy this URL. I'm going to copy this and paste it inside the React. So here we can see that I use the ACLs with the method of the get method, the get request. And here the URL, I just need to paste this in here. And now let's just quickly see if we get the response. So if it's successful, it will show it in the console log. Otherwise, it show me this error message. let's just quickly go back here and try to inspect this. So here we get the response, and with this information such as the config, data, header and stuff. So this is the data, and here we can see that we convert from the USD to AUD with this information. So now let me just type the .data to get the value directly. So here this is it, USD with the AUD with this information. Okay, so now we get this success response. So what are we gonna do next? Now let's just try to show this information onto the screen right here. Guys, so now I just created this one right here with the use state, whatever the data coming from the this response. I set it to this variable, which is USD AUD. And once we have the information, we try to show it onto the screen. I just right now this is just like dummy data, the static data, 1 USD equal to whatever that coming from that URL. So here you can also see that I try to add the .USD underscore AUD as well to directly get the data from that API. Okay, so we have this, and also here this is just like the card with the height, the width, background color, and display as flags, and justify content, the center, align item in the center as well with the font size of 25 pixel. And I aligned left with the around 33%. Okay, so now let's just take a quick look on the website. Okay, so here it is. We can see that we have this $1 USD equal to 1.39 AUD. And again, with this information here, you can see when I click on this, we need to get to this information to get this value right here. Okay, so now this is all about static data. What if I want to basically create like an input text box that the user can just type any currency that they want, and again try to convert to another currency with the text box as well. And by clicking on, like, say a button, a convert button, then it will try to automatically generate the value for them. So now let me just quickly do that for you as well. Alright, so now we have the input as type text, and the value, this is just static data saying as first, and again the same as this one, this is saying as second. This referring to the first currency, and this is referring to the second currency. We also have a button here as well. So for this input, this will we will also need to use the on change event. For this one, we will need to use with the on click event for the function. Okay, so now let's just see what we got. So this is it. We have the first, we have the second, we have the convert, doing nothing right here, and this we were saying just like something like this, USD, and this is AUD, but right now we can't do anything even I type on the keyboard. So now let me just type the code for that one. Okay, so now I get the get rate. So we have the two parameter, the first currency and also with the second currency here as well, and the ACLs with the method of get, and this is the URL. So right here, the same, I still have my static data, the AUD and USD, and with this API key. So now what I do is I try to get all the data coming from this API and put it into this variable get rate. And so what else here? I also have the input with the on change. So whatever that I type on the keyboard or in the text box, it will just set the value directly, set it on the fly. So say if I type AUD, then it will set it into this first variable, and the same as this one here as well. So with this is the get rate I just mentioned with the parameter of first currency and the second currency. So when I click on that, it goes back to this one. And on top here, I have the first, the second, and also with the rates. So if you notice, you can see that with the rates, this is the value which I store it as the array. And the reason for this is that, so say here, I have this information, and if I want to get the value, so before getting into the value, to get the value itself, I want to also change this to the first and the second right here as well with the dynamic value. So how am I gonna do that? First, I need to change this from the double quote to this symbol, which is next to the number 1 on the keyboard. This one it's called as the backtick or the left quotes, open quote, back quote, different way of calling this symbol. So now let's just change it to this one, the same as this one as well. And right here inside the AUD, I'll change this to the first one. So to do that, just delete this and type the $sign with the curly bracket here, and right here I can just type the first and keep this one right here. This is the underscore which is required. Change this as well to the second one. Okay, so whatever that the value coming from this function, then I'll just put it right here. And once I click on the convert button with this get rate function, then it will try to get the value for me, and I store that inside this variable, which is the set rate, and inside the array. The question would be, so what if I just want to directly change this dot data to say like the first, or because right here on top I show you dot USD.AUD. So whether if I can just change this to dot says like something open the curly bracket, something like this with the first or second. So the answer would be nope, this doesn't support working with this like that. So say if I put something like this, whether it's working or not, it doesn't work, because this will just convert it into like a string but not actually getting inside the value of the array. Okay, so how am I gonna do that? Right here we just keep it as it is like this, and we will need to access this data inside this array. So let me first quickly show you what I got on the website. Alright, so here it is. This is what we got. Let me just quickly show you in the console log, and right here I can just type the USD, and right here AUD, and when I click on the convert button, see if you get this. So okay, so now we have the response, and this has to be the USD underscore AUD. So meaning that this function is working also with this one as well. What about if I change this to AUD and this is USD? Okay, when I click on this, you can see that this value change from the $1 AUD to the USD, and with this value. So meaning that this is become more dynamic right now. Okay, so now what I need to do is to get the data show on this to the screen. So right here, okay, so let me just comment this one out because the use effects, we no longer need this. And now let's just scroll down. Right here I need to replace this variable with the rates. So let me just delete all of this. Okay, so here we have say 1 with the first currency, whatever currency in the text box equal to, so this is the get rate, the rate value, and right here this should be the second currency. Okay, so right here with this rate, right here I just want to mention this again. So we can't just use rate dot say like first, something like this. No, it doesn't support at all. So say if we want to get the value which dynamically, something like this, this doesn't support at all. So another alternative or solution to this one would be, let me just remove this. Here we can just, instead of using that symbol, we can just change this to the bracket like this, and the dot is no longer needed with this symbol instead inside this bracket. So this is how we're gonna get the information from. So this is the rate, which is again showing you this is inside this array. And once we have that, we just remove the dot with this bracket, and inside that we use this symbol with the whatever that the first currency is, and this is the second currency with the underscore in between here. So now let me just save this again and try to show you on the website. So right here we have say again USD, this is AUD. When I click on this convert button, alright, so here it is. You can see that it's now working with this information. And let me just quickly show you whether this currency is actually correct. Alright, so here you can see that when I search for the USD to AUD, United States dollars equal to the Australian dollars, which is 1.40. So right here you can see that we have the 1.39, number 6 behind this, so it just round up to 1.4. And again, just want to mention this update every 60 minutes. Okay, so now we have this information. So what's next? Okay, so next one would be right here. We use this structure, we use this format. So another one would be what if I want to use this same structure, but instead of storing into this array, I just want to store it the same as this with this say like the double quote or into the string type. So I can do that as well. Let me just copy this part right here, copy this, and then instead of storing into the array, I can just paste it right here with the first, the second. Okay, so now we have this and store it inside the set rate. So I need to change this bracket to the double quotes, and down here instead of this long value, I can just quickly use the rate. And now let's just take a quick look whether we get the same result or not. Okay, so now I have this USD, AUD, and click on the convert button. Okay, so here you can see that we got the same result. So this is just a different way of implementing this. So now let me just quickly go back and try to use the old one, which is right here. Okay, so the question again would be something like what is the benefit of using this or over the others? Well, I think for this one, so if you watch my previous video on how to use the stock market API, then you would see that right here. Let me just quickly show you here inside the inspect, the console. So let me just type something again. USD, AUD, when I click on the convert, right here in this example, we only get one response, which is USD and AUD. But for the previous video, you can see there's like a list of data right here. I don't need to actually like set every value inside each of the variable. I can instead just store it into the array like this. And inside, so here in the div, I can just quickly write something like this. So it's less code, and also it's more convenient as well. So that's only the reason. If you get like a lot of data that coming from just one API or the response from one API, then you would also consider using this format. Okay, so now we have this. What about the next step? I'll just try to add a little bit of probably like the title and adding some color, and see you guys then. Alright guys, now let's just take a quick look here. This is what I have. The display flags, align the center, and then height with the 70 pixel with 100% with this background color. This is light green. And here we have the font size, and also with the text color as blue as well. So here we have the simple currency converter. This is just like a small line, with a height of 5 pixels, and this is just 100% with the background color of this one right here. So now let's just take a quick look. Also, I change this width to 400 pixels as well. So now let's just take a quick look. Okay, so here you can see that we have this green background with this text, and also with this small line underneath here. And I changed this to a little bit smaller to fit this. And now we have this. Also now I just want to also show you this one as well. So right here we are using the div tag. We can also delete this as well. So this is the fragment, and let's just quickly show you what this is. Okay, so this is in the react.org website talking about the fragment. This is just like a common pattern for the React to return multiple elements. So because we have like different div inside the component, so that's the reason why we can either use the div itself, or we can just use this fragment. So the format is the react.fragment here. But right here, when I scroll down a little bit, we can see that we have the short syntax here for declaring the fragments. So we can just directly use this format. Right now, let's just quickly use this one. And I think that let's just change the text here to say something like bro. Yeah, why not? So let's just quickly go back and see this one here. So yep, currency converter pro, and right here I can just type any currency I want and click on this to get the result showing inside this card. So now let me just quickly show you a website, one or two, to see what's the popular currency out there in the world. Okay, so here I come up with these two websites. So this is the 6 most popular currency for trading. Again, this is not for trading. It's just like a normal currency converter. But let me just quickly show you what this currency is about, like the popular one. So here, this is the USD, the US dollars. We already looked into that. And this is Euro. We have the Japanese yen. We also have the British, this is the Great British in pound, and this is the Canadian dollars. Okay, so again, this is for the Swiss. Right here, I got another one, the most top 10 most traded currency pair. We have the AUD and USD, which I already show you. For this one, we have the Euro with the US dollars. So let's just quickly do that. So Euro and USD. So what is the current value? 1.17, and that's the first one. And we have more. I'm not gonna go into all of this, but let me just quickly show you another one, which is the US with the Japanese. US JPY. So this is the value of that. What about the value in my country? So it's Cambodia. Well, let me just do that real quick. Okay, so here I change this to KHR. So this is Khmer or Cambodian currency. When I click on the convert, you can see that $1 equal to around 4,000 real. So this is how we build the currency converter. And also I just want to quickly show you, let me just refresh this page. You can see that once I come to this for the first time, this is just empty, nothing at all. I don't know what to input, like what the expectation is. So right here, we can just like typing out the, say, AUD and USD right here. Just give it like the default value. So here you can see that at least this is more understandable. We have the AUD and the USD. When I click on the convert, one Australian dollars equal to 0.72, I would say, in the USD. And the value is correct. So 0.72, 0.71, which round up will equal to 0.72. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you learned how to build this simple currency converter from one currency to another. Whatever currency that you can think of, you can just enter it inside this text box and click on the convert to get the result. I hope you learned a lot from this video as well, and see you guys in the next video.